So guys, I've had the awesome opportunity of using this EV for the past week, and I guess a question a few people might have is, would I buy one? And the answer is no, not yet. And I need to explain. So part of the reason why that's a no is, just for now, is the journey that I'm about to do. Some of you might be thinking, oh, you're about to go on a long journey. And actually, no, it's more individual circumstances. So just going to talk just for a few minutes, just me and you. We'll just go for a quick drive to the place. It's literally just around the corner. And it's kind of the thing that no one's talking about with electric cars, and something you won't actually come across unless you buy one and you experience it for yourself. So join me just for a few minutes. Now, for those of you that have watched the review recently I did on this car, you'll know that I absolutely love it, and yes, I stand by it. This is a really, really nice car. In fact, every electric car I've driven is really, really good. Of course, they all have their pros and cons and that sort of thing, but you're probably thinking, well, why did you say you're not going to buy an EV if it's good? And honestly, it's, as I mentioned, it's something that people don't really talk about that much, or may not even be aware. For example, me personally, I am in the very fortunate position where I have a driveway at home. However, because I've recently just bought a petrol car, I don't actually own an EV myself. I don't have a charge point, which then, of course, brings you neatly on to, well, where you're going to charge. And this is, of course, using and utilising public charging infrastructure. And that public charging infrastructure is what some people don't understand, is that there are varying different prices between the various charge points. So it's just like when you use a internal combustion engine, you have like petrol or diesel, like what's petrol at the moment, 157 on this particular fuel station just here. It varies. And if you go to like motorway services, for example, that can be even more expensive. So because I can't charge at home, this is where the hidden thing is, and I have to charge at public charging, you'll find that the costs are a lot higher than you might think. So here I am sat at a public charge point, charging quite rapidly, more than I would actually be able to charge in terms of speed at home, even if I had a wall box, which is pretty cool. But this is where it kind of slips up slightly. And this obviously doesn't help the fact that energy costs are just so high right now. So, for example, I've got some notes here because this is where it can get a little bit technical. So, the price per kilowatt hour at the moment on this charge point is 79 pence. Now, for those of you who are EV owners, you're probably going to be like, that's quite steep. And for those of you who aren't, you'll probably be like, what's that? Well, the average pence per kilowatt in the UK right now, well, certainly what I pay at home, because everyone's price is just kind of inflated, it's around about 30 pence. So if you do the math, at home, if I charged this exact car, it'll be £19.41. Here, it's going to cost me £51. So that's like a £31 price difference, or £31.70 if you want to be 100% precise for the mathematicians who are watching. But yes, I get it. I am charging at a faster rate right now, so you can't charge at these speeds when you're charging at home. So there is a bit of a premium there. But what I'm referring to is the people who maybe live in those apartments or flats, or don't have off-road parking or anything like that, and physically can't charge at home. Is it worth changing to an EV with the prices? Because at these sort of prices, it's pretty much going to be the same per mile, almost like petrol and diesel. So, of course, there's other benefits as well. You've got like reduced running costs in terms of servicing and instantaneous acceleration. So I'm starting to sound like a bit of a negative kind of anti-EV. I love EVs. I'm super excited to get in one every single time, no matter who the manufacturer is. Any EV is great in my books. But do yourself a favour and make sure that if you can, get a home wall box, and make sure you not essentially play the game, but charge at home where you can, and certainly shop around for the cheapest price of electricity, because if you can't see charge on rapid charging, it might be quite expensive. So it's just obviously something to factor in, because a lot of the marketing that goes into EVs in general is look how green they are and that sort of thing, and people actually forget that sometimes they can cost the same, but you have to get the electricity from a cheap source. That's my whole concept of the video anyway. So cool, guys. Well, hopefully you enjoyed this little just quick chat, just driving to the charging station. I've got not that long. I might respond to some of your comments in the on my YouTube channel while I'm sat here charging, because I said I can't really give this car back with it like not full. I'd feel bad, so I'll respond to some of your comments now. But yes, guys, obviously thanks so much for watching. If you want to see me cover anything else in the future, you know, just let me know. I'm open to suggestions. I'll be covering some content that I used to cover a couple of years ago as well. That'll all be coming soon. So yeah, if you want me to cover anything, let me know down below. Thanks for watching, guys. See you soon.